Liverpool moved back into the top four with a 5-0 win over bottom feeders Swansea at Anfield. Philippe Coutinho opened the scoring early on before Roberto Firmino, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain put the game beyond doubt in the second half. The first came after just 6 minutes when Firmino pinched the ball from Jordan Ayew, looked up and found Mohamed Salah. The Egyptian played a first-time pass to Coutinho, who took a touch to set himself before dispatching the ball past Lucas Fabianski and into the top right corner of the net. Liverpool wasted numerous chances to extend their lead in the first half, most notably through Firmino, before finally scoring again after the break. Coutinho turned provider this time as Firmino made up for his earlier miss when through on goal. The former Inter Milan midfielder curled in a free kick and his compatriot met it at the far post, volleying past the helpless Fabianski. Alexander-Arnold added a third on the half volley after bursting into the box before Salah then set up Firmino for his second of the evening on the counter. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who had been quiet for much of the game, then added a fifth late on following some determined dribbling. Here are the main talking points from the game. When Roy Hodgson took charge of Crystal Palace earlier this season, they were rock bottom of the Premier League. They had neither scored a goal nor picked up a single point. Now, though, Palace are 16th in the table and are unbeaten in their last 8 games. What this tells us is that there is no such thing as a hopeless case in the English top flight. This Swansea side, however, are pushing that theory to the limit. The current squad is lacking both talent and depth, and Leon Britton, for all his qualities, is not the answer to their managerial crisis. With so many of the obvious coaches gainfully employed elsewhere, the Swansea board will have to be imaginative with their appointment. They also need to be quick. Both Liverpool's Coutinho and Arsenal's Alexis Sanchez were desperate to move clubs in the summer, and they made no secret about their desires. But while Sanchez has spent the first 5 months of the season sulking and propping up his team's running statistics, Coutinho is still putting his all into performances. He continues to play with a smile on his face, his effort is never lacking and his stunning strike to open the scoring was just reward for his hard work. The Brazilian midfielder undoubtedly still wants to join Barcelona, just as Sanchez wants to join Manchester City, but while he still wears a Liverpool shirt he will treat it with the respect it deserves. Much of the criticism leveled at Salah when Liverpool signed him was that he would not be able to recreate his form from Italy. The Premier League was tougher, they said. And anyway, hadn't he already failed to make his mark in English football? That narrative has long been shelved and now we find ourselves wondering if the opposite may in fact be true. Far from being a lesser version of his Roma self, Salah seems to be getting better with every game. He spent the entire match terrorizing Swansea's defense with his dribbling and passing, and set up goals for both Coutinho and Firmino. While he is often accused of being wasteful, it is worth noting that he has already equaled his league goals tally, 15, from last season and half the campaign is still to come. Few top-flight defenses, even the more porous ones, are scrutinized as much as Liverpool's. Money has been spent and various combinations of personnel have been tried. But little ever seems to change. At last though, Liverpool fans have a reason, to be optimistic about the future of their back four. Alexander-Arnold's performances are increasingly impressive and he capped another strong display with his first ever Premier League goal. On the left, meanwhile Andrew Robertson is showing the sort of positional intelligence and impressive passing that has been so sorely missed when watching Alberto Moreno. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was named in the starting lineup ahead of Sadio Mane and Adam Lallana and he took his opportunity to impress. He is of course still adapting to his new club and, as Jurgen Klopp says, that adaptation will take time. Arsenal fans spent 6 years waiting for him to come good, he never did. His performance against Swansea showed just how far away he is from the level of his attacking teammates. But that gap is shortening. The 24-year-old was quiet for much of the game but his energy levels stayed constant and his tenacity was rewarded with a goal late on.